probably seen the video of this lady saying that, oh, Holocaust education, now the kids think that they should be supporting the Palestinians being killed by the Israeli army because Holocaust education taught them that the Nazis are the big bad guys, and which is true. And also, yes, Holocaust education should be telling people that, yeah, actually we should be supporting the Palestinians because they are the oppressed people. But a lot of people are missing the thing she said just before this, which was her basically lamenting social media and lamenting the fact that we have media that is free. Basically media that isn't controlled by generally what the powers that be. She said back in the 90s or whatever, we would have American media that isn't global media, and that, you know, the narratives were controlled by America. But basically saying that all of the media companies are kind of in cahoots with whatever the political party in power is, especially in the United States where both parties are right-wing parties. So essentially she has very openly said what all Western governments are kind of trying to do right now. The BBC, the US, all of the EU, they're trying to basically crack down on social media because social media doesn't necessarily need to follow what the mainstream is saying. We saw this in particularly about Palestine. Yes, there are things like the far right using social media, but that's because social media is meant to be liberatory. And to be honest, the far right is still going to have access to social media after the crackdowns because the Western political landscape is right to far right. So if you are left-wing and you're someone who doesn't use social media yet or doesn't post on social media but wants to and wants to spread a left-wing message, you should do that. If you are someone who's left-wing, you shouldn't be pro all of these censorship laws coming in. Things like the Child Safety Act here in the UK, or, you know, whatever the US is trying to do to prevent non-US media. Literally doing what Israel did, which is trying to ban everyone that isn't Israeli media. Obviously, and I will always say this, social media shouldn't be the end of your activism. You shouldn't just do social media activism, but it should be a wing of what you do. If you're going to go do other things, you don't need to talk about them. I don't talk about the personal activism I do because, you know, you shouldn't really be talking about that stuff. But do the social media stuff as well, because the right wing is winning, the far right is winning, and the governments, when they crack down on social media, will not be cracking down on the far right. They will be only cracking down on left-wing movements.